Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, the customer wants me to remove two radiators for them, cut and cap off the pipes underneath in the boxing, remove a chrome towel rod and replace it with a nice shiny black one. A designer radiator that they want slapped on this wall, but the wall's not ready, so I'm going to have to cut off the pipes underneath the bath and fit some isolation valves, chase out this wall here and do some pipework alterations underneath. Let's put you down and let's get plumbing. The first thing you want to do before you do any work on a heating system is find out what system you got. So obviously here we've got a pressure gauge, so it's pressurized, and you want to be able to turn it off so the boiler doesn't kick in when there's no water in the system, as your knacker all your pumps and stuff up. Now with valence, I've had a pretty bad experience with these before, where I switched the mains isolator off and I switched it back on again and it just blew the PCB board up. So it's probably a good reason why I'm actually filming this, because all I'm going to do is just flip switch off, and hopefully when I switch him back on, he comes back on and it doesn't cost the customer like $1,000. So right, let's drain down the heating system. So we're going to stick a hose pipe on that drain point there, which is good, and then we should be able to open up the air vents, get rid of all the water, and then we should be good to start cutting some pipes out. And with the system on drain, just want to open up the air vents, make sure they're sucking. Good way of doing that. Bit of spit on your finger, and off he goes. And I'll just open up this tower which we're going to be working on. There we go. Right, I'm going to get some kit in, move this out of the way, and open up this box in. There we go, good as new. A little bit of jigsaw work. But in all seriousness, I'm pretty sure the customer said to me, don't worry about it if it breaks, but they're going to redo it anyway. So yeah, let's get on with the towel rail next. Now we've got the old towel rail off. This is the one that we're going to be replacing it with. And I'm going to be using gripper lock from X-Pro, because when I make these radiator tails in, I don't really want loads of PTFE all on the outside. So it's just like a bit like Loctite 577. And yeah, it's really nice, cleans off and it leaves a perfect finish on your radiator valves. As you can see, it's left a perfectly nice finish without any PTFE tape or anything showing, and it's much more cleaner than using the blue stuff. So that's the tower rail all sorted, pretty straight. I mean, that one is what it is. And now I'm going to cap off these radiator pipes which are feeding that radiator the other side. So I'm thinking we'll cut some valves about here, try and stick some clips underneath because he's a bit of a Rocky Balboa. And then we're going to be drilling through that wall for the new radiator, as well as trying to get these pipes chased into the wall on the opposite side so they can decorate and have a nice clean finish with that designer rad. So that's that radiator taken off. Obviously I didn't have to use an angle grinder, but you know, new tool, bit of fun. So we have the tower rail all connected up with the old radiator feeds capped off in that box in, and the two lever valves underneath the bath turned off, ready to take that radiator on the opposite side of the wall. So I'm going to go ahead and shut off all the air vents in the house, fill up the heating system back up because I have those isolation valves, so I can get all the services back on and there's no more rushing trying to get the heating on. So yeah, I can just relax a little bit. So let's close off the air vents at the top and top the pressure back up in the boiler. So with all the air vents off, we can pressurize the boiler back up. So on the valiance, we're on about roughly about here-ish. And hopefully the boiler turns on. Perfect, there we go. No blown PCB. I have done it in the past. And then we'll check for leaks. All good in the hood here. I know a lot of people don't like using liquid on the rad tails, but you are not going to get a cleaner finish like this using tape. So the next job to do is put this radiator on the wall, but before we do that, we've got these hot and colds in our way. Obviously we want to be able to plaster this wall behind the radiator and get it finished, so when we hang it we don't have to take it back off. So I've just started scratching up the floor, came up pretty easy, but these pipes are wrapped in denso tape, which ain't too bad, so I'm going to have to excavate this a little bit more and chisel out this so we can sink them in, and then probably cut them back here, extend them into the chase, and then alter a little bit on the other side. Okay, so I've just done some excavating and I found these massive pipes underneath. Now I don't know if they're ducting, but we've got 1, 2 and even 3. So even if I chisel back here, I can't avoid this for like soldering. So what I'm going to have to do, I think, is slice the pipes off here, slide this around to try and protect the damp course a bit, cut the elbows off, and then I'm going to have to probably stick some sockets with, I don't know, some long tail elbows maybe in the bottom, and then come up, and then I'm going to try and sleeve it with a bit of overflow pipe and wrap the pipes up with denso tape, which is it's like an anti-corrosion sticky stuff. A lot of people don't like using it anymore, but it is in theory this sort of stuff. So yeah, let's put it down and let's see how we go. So with these all soldered up, I'm just marking out my radiator, because what I don't want to do is draw my pipes through and find out when I actually connect these on the opposite side, it's all in my way. So yeah, just I've got center line, and then one center, and then two centers. So I'll just measure up my middle, and then we can drill them. Hopefully, I'm going to be coming pretty close to here. There we go. Perfect. So then obviously I'll bring my pipe through here and connect back onto these. So that's these joints all done. All that's left to do now is turn the water on and test everything. So I've got that tap still open. Dive in behind here. Oh. We'll just check everything over. That looks good there. And that looks good there. So I'm just finishing up wrapping all the pipework in the chase with the Denso tape. That's some sticky stuff that is, I tell you. So yeah, we got the two pipes in, ready for the radiator. We're going to wait for him to plaster all the wall, finish that up before we go ahead and connect it. I haven't connected up the other side, so I can make it nice and easy for me, especially if they plaster and move my pipework out of place. I got that little bit of wiggle room in what I need. So yeah, one radiator changed for a black towel rail, two radiators capped off, and some pipework altered underneath here to get this all chased in so this can be finished up lovely. So if you like today's plumbing video, please give it a like, drop a comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on the next one.